This is WWJ Whipping with Joe from the island of Kauai, Hawaii. First of all, we'll say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all my fans and all those who are watching my YouTube movies. I appreciate those who have donated to my website and also for your comments and sharing your catches with me too. And of course for those who have purchased my WWJ GT Slayers, only 4 of them: Papa Joe, the Mullet, the Hallelujah, and the Akuli. Especially the 4 lures that I use. But anyway, we've got an array of equipment here. So we're going to do this real short. This was the BG 4000. BG came out with a Daiwa, and I went and used it. And I think approximately 11 hours, it started to crank rough with my crank and pop 2-ounce lures and small game. I sent it in. They replaced 5 bearings. About 11 hours of whipping. Then I got it back. I whipped for another 6 hours, and it was cranking rough again. So I sent it in, and they replaced 4 bearings. A total of 9 bearings replaced in a little less than 20 hours. Anyway, some information. Then they recommended me to get the Saltist. That's what Daiwa recommended. And they saying that my type of fishing with the BG was not my type of fishing, so they recommend that instead of Saltiga. I told them Saltiga was a little too high priced. So I got the Saltist, and I think I used this for 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours, and it started to crank rough. You put water over it and it'll crank smooth. So I sent it in, and this is the shortest of the 35 reels that I field tested. And this one went for 6 or 8 hours. I sent it in. They changed the pinion gear and also the main gear. It's the biggest parts that ever been changed on the reels that I've field tested, and I field tested 35 since 2012. I got into the Spheros. Here we got Spheros 5000 and 6000. It's the same body, but uses a different spool, 6,000 spool and 5,000 spool. So you can use maybe 50 pound, use 50 pound here, 20, 50, 20 pound in the beginning, 100 yards, and 50. All my reels are that way. I get 20 pound in the beginning and then 50 in the top end. This in here is, I use it for like small game, but I hardly use this one here. I take it with me just in case we have a problem with the spool. But anyway, this contraption here, or this reel here, has lasted me 355 hours. The first time it came out, and the only thing went bad was the roll bearing. Incredible. For over 1 year of use of the way I fish and the way I maintain it, and the YouTube videos have show you how I maintain my reels. I don't dunk them. I just got a spray can, spray bottle, and shoot them around the areas where they have salt. And basically that's about it. So this is over a year old now. Nothing has gone wrong with the roll bearing. Is still good. I know they had an issue with the roll bearing back in when it came out in 2014. It was identified in 2015, and then now the bearings are made in Thailand. Anyway, just for your information. Anyway, the Gosa is basically an upgrade of the Spheros. There's two things why I don't use this one as often. Is because number one, it's more expensive by about $60, and I think there's 1 bearing more, and the other thing is the retrieve ratio for my type of crank and pop is a little too fast. And I'm basically using a smaller popper and a stick bait. I see a lot of people whipping there. I have a different technique. Like I said, I crank and pop straight through. Like I said, I've got 41 big strikes, landed 20 and lost 21 with the same technique, just crank and pop. There's no pull and drag or sweep. Yeah, I don't use that technique. It has not been productive, like I said. So anyway, this has been the longest. The Spheros has been the longest reel. This is what I recommend. The next one that was closest to the Spheros was the Stratic, and I had 6 Stratics, 3 6,000 Stratics and 3 8,000 Stratics. And out of those 6 of them, the longest ran 76 hours. 76 hours and failed. That's the longest one. The next longest to that right now is, I'm going to show it up. I just got this up. This is a Cabo. I had 2 packages. I sent this in on the 5th. I called him on the 5th and I said he was squeaking. Okay, this is the Cabo. And the Cabo, here's the history on the Cabo. Some people recommended the Cabo. It was $165 for the Cabo. And it had a better drag system than the Spheros. It looks better than the Spheros. I like the drag system. And it does cast far out. The first one I tested went for 16 hours and failed after trying to land a 100-pound turtle. It took me 2 hours and 17 minutes fighting this turtle, and it's on YouTube. It's a long battle, longest I've ever had with a whipping rod with my 6'10", medium heavy with the Cabo. And I noticed that when it was running, I had to hold a spool. It means that basically I had to hold the rotor actually, because the rotor was going in the opposite direction. So I called Cabo up, and they said that it was the anti-reverse that had a problem. I had to send them in for repair. So I sent them in, and they sent me another reel, a brand new one. That one went for 112 hours, and nothing was wrong with it. There's only two things that I didn't like. Number one was either squeaking. So I made a video on that. It was squeaking. So I had to, I called them up, and they said that, I asked them, well, can you give me some insight on how I could repair it? Because I didn't want to send it just for a squeak. And well, what they said was there's two things. Either it could be a simple problem, or it could be a bigger problem. So I sent it on the 5th. They sent me a label, and they told me send a reel to and from. So I sent it in on the 5th. They got it on the 9th. On the 13th, it was coming back to me. And it came back USPS for this one. This is a small one. And this has happened before. I sent everything in, spool included, and I told them I'll just keep the spool. They just sent me the reel back. But it's interesting because when they send it back, they'll give me another spool. So this is a brand, this is the spool that I've used, just to tell you. Got one right there. And then let's be sure. This is one I got from the first time. Now I've got this from the second time. So I get two spools, and I think they probably cost around $30, maybe $30, maybe more. Okay, so I got two this one. So this is my big Christmas present here from Quantum. Anyway, so this came USPS, came in Thursday, and then I knew what it was already. So then Friday, we got this new box here. So we're gonna open this box here, and it was squeaking. So I made a video on it. After 112 hours, it was squeaking. It was irritable. It still crank and all that. Two things: the it wasn't smooth as a static, or not Spheros rather. It's not as smooth as Spheros, but it was still cranking smooth. But you could still feel the bearings, or you could feel some metal kind of meshing. But it was still smooth. But it had a squeak. And then, like I said, they told me to send it in. So I sent it in to them, and what they told me was it was the clutch. Something was wrong with the clutch. So instead of repairing that thing, voila, he gave me a brand new one. He gave me a brand new reel. And I have some people who's inquiring about what I do. And I have some people say, well, I could have probably fixed it, by taking it apart and all that kind of stuff. But and some people say I abuse the system. Well, let's put it this way. When I send these things in, I normally call the tech and ask them, here's my problem. And then they tell me to send it in. So I send it in. It is their option to honor that warranty, or if I had abused that reel, then they could just tell me, okay, the reel by their inspection was not used properly, it was abused. Then they would not honor the warranty. But I have yet to have any reel manufacturer say no to what I've sent, and I've gone to 35 reels. So for the haters who are saying that I'm abusing the system, all I know is I test these reels out for a benefit of my fans, because they don't want to spend over $200. A lot of them say they don't want to spend over $100. But I'll put it this way: since 2012, I've gone to 35, maybe 36 spinning reels, and the Spheros I vouch for is the reel to purchase for saltwater. And the reason is because, like I said, it has given me later maintenance, and you'll keep on cranking, and it's smooth. This is over a year old. Nothing has gone wrong with it. Nope, the thing is stuck over here. But let me crank this thing here. Okay, hold on. I've got this thing wrapped around here, but we're gonna take this bugger out there. We'll just take this one out. It's got the spools wrapped around here, but anyway, you can use any reel you want, like I said. But I'm just saying, this is 1 year, and you know what? This bugger is still smooth. It's incredible. It's incredible. I don't know how many people have gone to 35 reels, but I have gone to 35 reels, or maybe 36. So I just share my knowledge for all the haters out there. I'm doing this for the benefit of those who appreciate what I do. Okay, so now we've got a Cabo here. The SE Donesis is a new model. So now this is my second one. I will not field test this anymore. I would think that the Cabo for 112 hours and it was still cranking smooth, no issues except for the squeaking with the clutch mechanism, and I mean, you still could fish with it. But it's not as smooth as the Spheros. It was about $165. And what I like about it is the drag is loud. It's got 30-pound drag compared to 22 of the Spheros. It's 2 ounces lighter than that one there. It's about 15 ounces, and this is 17 ounces. You know, but we can put this up here together. Here's a 5 and 5. We can put it with the 6. Doesn't matter. It's just a bigger spool. But I'm just compare this comparatively here. Yeah. You can see the one is bigger. This one is bigger, of course. So the 5000 is the same body because they don't make this smaller than the 5000, which is only the spool. So anyway, so we've got a brand new reel. We're not going to field test this thing. So like I said, if you're interested in one of these reels, 1, 2, and 3, brand new in the box, with 2 Cabo already spooled in there, we already got braid. You're welcome to message me and tell me how much you want to buy for it, how much you want to pay for it. This all come in a brand new box. I've done with the Cabo. I'm not going to field test the Cabo right now, but the Cabo has been the longest one next to the Spheros, so the 112 hours, and the only thing was wrong was the squeaky sound, which was the clutch. I'm not sure if I could repair the clutch, but they didn't repair it. They just sent me a brand new one. So this is the second one from Cabo. Their service is excellent. That's all I can tell you. Daiwa has been the only company that repairs. All the other companies that I've done, they just replace it. The Penn, the Finors, the Flugers, I'm not sure what else I've been field testing, but they never repaired them. They just sent me a brand new one. Anyway, so anyway, to all those, I just try to make this a short clip. But anyway, so here's the results of the Cabo, and again, BG 4000, Saltist 4000, Spheros 5 and 6, or Gosa. Those two I recommend. I recommend this one here because of the cost. It still works for me very well, and the next one you would purchase probably would be right now it's a Cabo until I find another one. This one here is so far looks nice actually. Huh? Look at that compared to 2. Wow, yeah. One is really nice. Almost like that one, like the Saragossa, but I like the color here. But anyway, again, this is WWJ Whipping with Joe. Again, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all my fans. And again, thank you again for watching my videos. Aloha.